First of all, huge thank you to everybody who commented on my last video. I really loved hearing about your mopping struggles. Streaky floors, dirty mop water, and floors that really just never feel truly clean. I totally hear you. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. In the last video, we talked about how professional cleaners, people who mop for a living, have used one particular mop for years because it's lightweight, it's streak-free, and actually makes mopping easier. But today I want to take it a step further and show you exactly how mopping can become easier for you. The truth is, most of us have been mopping the hard way for years. We use heavy mops, they involve dirty water, streaky floors. It's just the way we were taught. But professional cleaners have actually known for a long time that there's a better way to mop. And that's the opportunity here. You can start using the same techniques and tools that professionals are using to get cleaner floors in half the time. Now, if you're new here, I'm Amy. I help people clean smarter, not harder. At SpeedCleaning, we've spent years finding the best tools that help you clean faster and more efficiently. And the shmop, it has been a staple with professional cleaners for decades. So this isn't just another mop, it's actually the mop that professionals trust. Let's talk about how you can spend less time mopping. The shmop is actually designed to be super simple. There's no dirty mop water, there's no expensive disposable mop covers that you just throw away after one use. And there's just lots of saved time. So I made this next video showing you how you can start saving more time. There are 5 ways a shmop is going to help you clean faster. The shmop has a very large surface area. A larger surface area means you can cover more of the floor in less time. 360 degrees of swivel means you can get around furniture legs faster than you could say shmop. It also has a very low profile, you can see here, where you can actually get underneath very tight furniture. With the shmop, you never have to mop with dirty water, so you're never going back and forth dumping out dirty mop water. The system uses clean mop covers, and the mop covers are easy to replace and inexpensive to replace as well. When it's time to replace your mop cover, you just take the dirty one off, put it with your dirty towels so you're not contaminating the clean mop water, and then you just grab your new one, bring it out, and put it on your mop. So I'm going to put my clean, wet mop cover on my shmop. Lastly, the shmop works on all hard surfaces, including your walls, so you can do wood floor, tile floor, laminate floor, LVT, it doesn't really matter as long as you're using a pH-neutral, gentle cleaner that's safe for all floors. And that's it. So the design of the mop itself actually saves you loads and loads of time. There's no wasteful and expensive throwaway mop covers, just clean floors in way less time. Now, let's tackle some of the biggest questions that I've been getting. When I did a survey of your top frustrations, your top struggles when it came to mopping, I got so many responses, but there were some really clear themes. One of the top responses that I received was that you all wanted mopping to be quick, effective, convenient. It simply just takes too long to mop. And I get that. Literally no one likes to mop. Tell me in the comments if you like to mop. So why not spend as little time as possible doing it? But here's the thing, this mop actually saves you time. Now I'm going to briefly put on my science coat, since I'm a scientist after all, and I don't get to science as much now, and show you that the size of the mop really does matter. On one axis is the size of your mop, and down below is your valuable time. So the bigger your mop, the less time you spend mopping, and the smaller your mop, the more time it takes. So it's quick, it's easy, and it's done in minutes. Another huge frustration was having to deal with dirty mop water, and this is where I especially could relate to. This came in a few different forms because we all kind of mop differently and experience different things. For some of you, it was having to dump out buckets of dirty mop water frequently, and then that would be refilling your same bucket with clean water over and over. For some of you, it was wringing out dirty mop covers with your bare hands. And then there was mop water that gets dirty after just one use. So generally lots of frustration around dirty mop water. So instead of dipping your dirty mop back into either the clean mop water bucket or a filthy mop water bucket, I'm going to show you the speed cleaning way where we eliminate that altogether. So there's a few ways the system works because I know some people use buckets and some people want to use a spray bottle and some people want to use their sink. So the system actually works in all 3 methods. The first way I'm going to show you is using your sink. Now my sink is actually pretty large. So if we are going to fill up the bottom couple of inches, maybe an inch with water, it's going to use a little bit more water because my sink is so big. Another thing you could do if you are using this method is just put in a small bucket or a container that's going to catch your water that you're going to mix up your mop solution in. So that's one method. The other method is using a bucket. I actually went out and bought a bucket today so I could demonstrate this. So I'm actually going to use the bucket today for my demonstration. So a lot of people use a bucket. I know especially professional cleaners sometimes use a bucket that they carry around from room to room. So if that's you and you use a bucket, here's what we do. You're going to fill your bucket with warm water. While that's filling, I'm going to show you, I use SpeedClean, and I use SpeedClean because it's pH neutral, and that means I can use it on any floor type, no matter what. I can use it on marble, hardwood floor, LVT, bamboo. It really doesn't matter. SpeedCleaning's SpeedClean is really good for that. For the professionals, it also comes in a gallon, and this is a highly concentrated floor cleaner. So when you're filling your bucket or even just filling a couple of inches of water in your sink, you only need a little bit. Flip the top. and just squirt a little bit in. Pretty simple. You can see it already getting sudsy and ready to mop. So I'm gonna grab my mop covers. I have two here to show you. For example, I have my cotton terry cloth one, and I have my yellow microfiber. And in my previous video, I showed you why you should use one versus the other. So we're just gonna drop these in here. If I'm gonna do the floors of a big house, I will probably have more than 2 mop covers. I'll probably use 3 to 5. If I'm gonna do a small house, I might only need 1. But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna have both of them in here. But you would keep every single clean mop cover that you anticipate using for the job in the clean mop water. And remember, if you're using your sink, you start with a clean sink so that your mop water is actually still clean. And for your bucket of water, it's the same thing. Clean water, cleaning solution, and clean mop covers. You never put a dirty mop cover back into your sink or your bucket. When you're ready to start mopping, you just grab your mop cover and you wring it out. Once you've really wrung it out so that it's damp and not sopping wet and heavy and dripping, then you're ready to put the mop cover on your mop. I demonstrated this in my previous video, but here we go. We're going to do it again. And we have our mop. Oh, mine's dirty. So now we're done mopping and we're ready to swap out our dirty mop cover for a clean mop cover. Just remove the dirty mop cover like this. And remember, we never ever put it back in the sink or back in the bucket because this is always going to be clean water. So now all we have is a dirty mop cover and we're going to toss it to the side. We're going to put it in a laundry bag. We're going to put it wherever the dirty cloths go. And we're going to get our new fresh mop cover. Once again, grab your mop cover from the bucket or your sink. Give it a really good squeeze. And then you're ready to put your clean, fresh mop cover onto your mop. One last demonstration. Ta-da! And then we just continue mopping. Now the last step is actually just as important as the rest of it because instead of having to go and find some place to dump disgusting dirty mop water, all you have left is a clean bucket full of clean mop water or a clean sink with clean mop water in it. So what are you going to do? You're either going to let the sink drain, or you're going to just dump the mop water out into a clean sink. Now, whether this is your own home you're mopping or it's a client's home, you're going to want to wipe out the sink. It's all bubbly and soapy. So take a clean, dry cloth and just wipe it off. This way, we're left with a clean sink after we've done all of our mopping and we have not had to deal with any dirty mop water. Now, I told you there's going to be a third way that we actually can still apply this method without filling a bucket or a sink full of mop water, and that's to use a spray bottle. So you can do this with any cleaner. You can do this with any bottle. I have my SpeedClean mixing bottle here. But you can do this with any spray bottle. Just fill a little bit of cleaning solution with water into your spray bottle. And when it's time to clean, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either spray the mop head directly, or you can spray the floors. Let's say you have a trouble spot on your floor that you want to soak a little bit longer. You can spray directly on the floor and then just mop it up. If you're going to be mopping a small area, keeping a spray bottle full of ready-to-use mopping solution is a really convenient thing to do. I especially use this because we've got a dog, I've got kids. There's always a little spill to clean up. So instead of making a full kitchen sink full of mop water, I grab my spray bottle and I mop the floor. And even with the spray bottle method, you're always going to have a clean mop pad because as soon as it gets saturated with dirt and you're no longer cleaning the floor, you're just pushing dirt around, you replace the mop cover. Way less mess and way more sanitary. So yeah, it's cleaner, it's easier, and it's way less gross. Okay, so now you know how the shmop system works. But in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take it up a notch with some speed cleaning methods that'll help you get your floors spotless in just a few minutes. Trust me, I know you're going to want to see this. In the meantime, let's talk. What's the one thing that frustrates you the most about keeping your floors clean? Drop a comment below because I really love hearing your thoughts. Bye!